You ever got one of those days that there's this game that came out or this console that you just had and you need to go to bed, but you won't? Yeah, I'm having one of those days. I should be doing my nighttime ritual right now, but I received something and I kind of want to open it now. And I have this rule: I don't open things before I make a video about them. But this is the Minisforum V3, starting with the active pen. So this is the pen, pretty straightforward. We'll just save that for later. Here we have the tempered glass protector. I'm not gonna open this one right away, but we will install it today. Kind of has that very nice feel. Smells nice. It's felt inside. Oh wow, so there's a stand and a keyboard. Okay, so I would assume, okay, so this is a sort of back cover essentially. So there seems to be a punch hole, I would assume, for a camera. Here we have the keyboard. Okay, what is that key? Is that just another FN? Feels very nice. The back is, it has sort of a kind of a leather feel, but it's obviously not. It seems like some kind of microfiber or something. I don't know if you guys will see the detail. But in terms of feel, it feels like a leather that would have been like super brushed and super soft. I'm getting exhausted with all these boxes. More than we see. Not you, we. All right. What is this? Some kind of card to welcome me to the products of Minisforum. Stickers. AMD AI 3-in-1 tablet. More than we see. Here. I'll read that later. In front of a Kindle, a glass of wine, very little attire. In here, you have instructions, charger, cable. Okay, that's just a block to hold the charger. Wow, this is a 65. Before there's dust that we don't need. Let me open this thing. Let's take this out. It's very, very slim. I really like to see that. So yes. That to not scratch the back. So there is some kind of layer right now that's on top. Kind of want to try to go one go because I'm not seeing any dust here. So I'm thinking quick in and out and hopefully no dust. Gonna go like this. Align myself, and I don't want to bend it, and I was too eager. I should have used the stickers to be able to manipulate it a bit. Well aligned enough, I think. No, there's a speck. Oh no, okay, it's on top. Cool. I'm gonna start off. You know what? No, man, this is gonna be hard. But there doesn't seem to be any dust. So I can push these off the side. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have what I would call a flawless installation. Woohoo! Thank you for sticking with me this long if you have. Much appreciated. We have USB-Cs, 2 of them. We have what I assume is probably the power button. Speakers, exhaust fan or exhaust outlet. Yeah, the intake seems to be in the back. Wow, this is a very well designed product. Here we have what I would assume is volume, V-Link. So there's another USB-C. So, oh, that is probably the USB-C in. True. Okay. And then SD, what? SD card and micro SD? Okay, it seems to do SD cards only. Oh, that is awesome. Man, it kind of feels nice. Ooh, what was that sound? Oh, probably one of those springs. I mean, I would argue that it might feel better than it does on the Samsung Tab. I don't know. No, maybe not. Like the moment you let your palm, like it tilts forward, it's kind of weird, but it works. It definitely works. I could see, like, it's a 165 hertz panel, guys. So I could see myself doing that. Oh, this is the actual splash screen. That's kind of cool. All right, so in the meantime, let me put on this keyboard. Strong magnet, I like. Do we guys? Oh boy. Oh, I mean, it holds better. It definitely holds, like, okay. But I really had to shake it a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. That's strong magnets. And what about this one? That should be magnet too. Oh, the back cover is terrible. Like it's barely holding. Ooh, that's not really good. Not impressed with the back cover. I mean, it's holding right now, but like, I don't know if I can show you guys. It wiggles. It's really not that tight a hold. Anyways. All right, let's just, I'm gonna do like the other two devices, two handheld PCs I tested and put Contra on it. So let's just accelerate that process. All right, the initial installation process is over. In the meantime, I took it upon myself to try the pen. It feels good. It feels like a proper pen. It has a little bit of heft, not a lot, but you know, it feels like a proper pen. The tip is rigid. It's not a soft tip. It has a button in the back, so I would assume that we can erase with that. Yes. Yeah, definitely recognize it as a button. And then I also have two buttons here. I'm not sure what they do. Now there seems to be a little bit of a delay. I don't know if you guys will see it, but yeah. Anywho, very responsive so far, and I kind of like the feel on it. I would have potentially preferred a soft pen, especially, I'm not much of an artist, but I do use a similar setup for when doing thumbnails. And yeah, I just prefer a soft tip, but not the end of the world. In fact, I'm gonna have to look again. Maybe there's one in the box, because there definitely was another tip, but I would assume it's another rigid one. We'll see. All right, I'll get to installing Steam, and then let's try Contra. So far, I will say typing on the keyboard feels really, really good. Feels great. Not a fan of the back cover. The pen is great. Oh, and actually I forgot to mention about the pen. I was hoping that, and look at that, there is a magnet on the actual body. That is awesome. So this is something I think is fair to expect, and it's not necessarily a con, but just looking at the mouse, and of course right now I'm not necessarily in the right angle, but just looking at everything move, for sure this panel is overclocked, but it's not, you know, I've seen way worse. It's by no means bad. If you move the mouse really fast, like at 165 hertz, if the panel was not really overclocked, it would be extremely easy to follow the mouse. Now, it's not hard per se, but I do see the mouse dimming, which means that the response time of the panel is not being fast enough to match the speed at which the mouse is moving. So, you know, it's something I expected. It doesn't seem terrible. I think overall it's still gonna render really nicely, but yes, just something to keep in mind. Let's see what it looks like if I put it at 60 hertz. It's easier for me to follow the mouse at 60 hertz than it is at 165. So that tells me a lot. However, you know, when playing a game, things are not moving as fast. So I don't expect to see ghosting. Definitely not. But definitely I'm gonna put a blur test on my final review when that happens. Just looking at the panel, and of course I'm not looking at it dead on, but even when I do, this panel seems to be over brightened. The colors seem really washed out right now. Not the end of the world, but you know, we'll see how it does in vibrant colors. But let's put it this way, I'm not expecting great black levels on this panel, not even a little bit, at least not with the way it's been tweaked right now. That's not to say that we won't be able to tweak it after the fact, but yes, just looking at the Steam UI, it's very washed out in terms of colors. It's definitely loud. I already heard a little bit of static. I'm gonna sound like I'm hating on this device. Yeah, so the speakers are loud, that for sure. And it's not like, you know, there are some speakers that the lows are absolutely terrible, like you don't hear any thump, or the eyes screech like hell. It's not one or the other, but at the volume at least that it was a second ago, you could hear that it was struggling in the lows, even though it had some thump and some bass. And same goes for the highs. Like we were just at, you know, that little line where you know it's about to screech, and I heard it a little bit as well. So not the best speakers. That is still not bad. It's just not the best. Like everything I've tested recently from one netbook, as an example, the One X Fly, the X1, the 2 Pro have better sound. Actually, they're one of the better sounding devices I've tried lately. Anyways, all right. I mean, it looks glorious with that big screen. It really does. Let's see if I can put, I don't think I can put the controller with the back case. I mean, it's gonna fit, but that little, oh, actually, oh, forget what I said. It works just fine. Oh, yeah, it kind of makes it too hard on the other side, mind you, but that's okay. Yeah, the colors are really washed out, like I said. That is very much the case, but it's not necessarily unpleasant. Like, I would say the contrast, maybe not the best game to showcase it, mind you, but the contrast of colors doesn't seem to be all that bad. In fact, it seems to be pretty good. So if just on the brighter side, I'd say the motion also feels much better in a game versus what it looked like on the mouse, but like unfortunately, so whenever we have a detail as we move, you lose a little bit of detail because there's a little bit of blur happening, but it's not ghosting, you know, it's just a blur that matches the color. So it's really response time, not the end of the world. Now, if you pay attention, for example, I don't know if it's going to be easy to see, if you pay attention to these leaves, okay, and as I move, you lose detail. I don't know if it's going to come across in the camera, but yes, it's really not the end of the world. Personally, more than acceptable for me. But other than that, guys, this is an 8840U. So in terms of performance, it's absolutely, you know, the pretty much best that we can get in the handheld market right now. I'm excited to play with this thing, and yes, it's massive, it's absolute overkill. It works with the Galileo G8. Now, I will say it doesn't do as well with the back cover, so I think if I want to use that as a, you know, regular daily driver when I do wireless things, I'm gonna have to ditch the back cover. I mean, it works, but I don't feel that I have enough hole with the rubber here, so I wouldn't want it to like slide off and put some extra pressure on the USB-C. I wouldn't want that to happen. But that mod compresses the device so much that it really has a tight hold. Yeah, I just would want to not risk it and just remove that back cover, but otherwise it totally works. Now, one part of the issue is that, wait, what? I was gonna say it blocks the vents, but so does the case. Wait, something doesn't add up. 1 second. Oh man, this thing is hot. Oh, this thing is hot. Wait, so how? I'm confused. I am extremely confused right now. Here, let's put this aside. Dude, that back cover totally blocked the fans. What is that design? I'm so confused right now. I was having a conversation with Ace from Retro Handhelds, which pointed out that that might be an issue. And I think he's right. I wonder if that V-Link port can work as a USB-C input as well. It does not seem to be the case, otherwise the controller would have powered on. So this is really just, you know, there's no USB protocol on there to support devices or OTG or anything like that. I'm gonna have to do a lot of testings on this thing. I don't know how to feel yet. I definitely don't know how to feel yet. Some decisions with this one seems to be weird. Now, arguably, this device is not marketed as a gaming device per se, but they do call it a 3-in-1, and as far as I know, that 3-in-1 is a handheld, a tablet, and a piece and a laptop. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe it's a screen, a laptop, and a tablet. I have to look into their documentation, because some of those decisions are just weird. You know, having a back panel that covers your vents. I mean, what? But yeah. Anyways, guys, you know what? I'm stretching this way longer than I need to. My eyes are shutting. I can't speak clearly. I'm debilitating. Is that a word? So I need to go to bed. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.